kind of a give on the ground. Okay, and that way you can have a perfect flat back. That's my intentions. You may use a bolster underneath your knees if you want more comfortability, but I don't use bolsters myself. If you don't need them, don't use them. That's all I gotta say. So you may grab a type of lotion, shea butter, something that will give you stickiness. You can also use something that I have here, which is arnica lotion. Arnica helps relieve pain. You can get that from Walgreens or somewhere. All right. I'm gonna grab my mat right here. We're gonna get on the floor and lay flat on our back. For this. Ooh, here. Okay. I will put the camera at the correct angle. All right. Absolutely divine. You really only need to see what I'm going to be doing. All right, so this is the posture we want to be in. You know, nice and free with our neck. In fact, get into the back, get onto the floor. Resting your neck. All right, and that's what you want to do. We're going to start with resting. And I'm gonna look at these things here. So I got the microphone going, which is great. Let me double check. I'll be right there we go, live in. All right, so I checked my stats on my microphone to make sure this is correct, just to double check. All right, and so what we're gonna do is rest our neck, and we're gonna be basically working on several muscles. And these are the muscles that cause most people the most problems, which is the scapula, the cervicus, and the, oh my gosh, I'm going absent-minded right now. Okay, so we have these four muscles right here. They range from turning our head in this direction, all right, and going into the clavicle, going into the upper range of the clavicle, okay? So it goes from here to here. Turn your head here to here. Now you see how I open it up, so I'm gonna take my necklace off here. All right, and so if we go here and we are on that clavicle, and this is one of the, here we have in our underneath our scalene attachments that go through our neck. And then we also have the elongated muscle that go from here to attach to back here. And if we turn, we now just shortened the muscle, lengthened the muscle, shortened all of the muscles. All right. Now, as a massage therapist, I would be standing here and working into this position, working into these four direct muscles, including, of course, the fifth muscles, the scalenes, okay? And so these here are the muscles that we want to focus on. So I'm going to grab my lotion that I put way over there, and I'm going to, you know, make sure we get up here. So we don't want to do this without any type of dryness. We want to put as much as you can on it first, or I'll say just a little bit. Just dab it into your fingertips real quick. So what we're going to do is I'm going to basically go over this soothingly for you. I don't want you doing any type of like actual therapeutic work. Consult to your massage therapist to do the work for you. But this, what we're going to do is just basically simplicity, how to relax it and to relieve soreness in the neck. So I got a beard, so I'm gonna just lick it up, and I'm just gonna go right up under here and breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Now I'm just gonna be showing you good basic techniques to relieve these muscles. And after we're done with all this, we'll do some neck stretches, and all that. We don't want to really stretch until after we did the therapy. All right. If you have not worked into your own neck, and then you started to do some stretches, you will cause a problem. You're going to say, I can't stretch that much. Well, the reason why you can't stretch that much is because you didn't work the muscle first, to relieve the muscle first, to reduce the tension a bit. So that way, when you do stretch your neck, you can go further. So right now, I'm just soothingly going over my fingers and breathing. Do not stop breathing. That is basically one of the main things that you must be doing when you're doing self-therapy. Now, we're doing some soothing stuff, breathing in. I'm going to put fingers here. And I'm going to take my thumb and I'm going to put it right on top of those fingers. And now I'm going to go up and down. Soothe, slow, cautious, breathe. Soothingly, slow, being cautious, breathing, breathing. Breathe in 4 seconds, breathe out 4 seconds, soothe, soothe, soothe. Now, ran out to make sure you grab whatever you need and make sure just feel like you're starting to dry up. Grab into that really quick. Now I'm going to show you here. I'm going to grab my neck and I'm just going to do soothing movements. You see I'm going here. I'm only using one hand just for a moment. And I am breathing through it. See, I got my head balanced with my hand here. Nice and relaxed head. I'm just using my fingers to hold my head. I am not using my neck muscles at all to hold my head. Do not hold your head with your own muscles. That's all I got to say. Breathing, and just follow the muscle fibers. Do not do no cross-fiction stuff. You're not at that level. You just do soothing stuff. You need to extend the tissues. Roll. Now I'm going to come over here. I'm going to put my hands like this. All right. Breathing. Get my thumb. So I got my other hand on my palm. And I got my other hand right here. So I got both of my hands pretty much are touching like this. And then I'm going to put them underneath my head. I got that hand here. Got that hand here. Breathe. Make sure your lotion is on there. Don't go dry. We're just basically tackling muscles. This is what I do to relieve my own muscles. So I've been doing this for years. And I have not been giving this information out because I've been trying to build classes and schooling, YouTube, that kind of stuff. So I'm going to be doing this periodically, giving a little bit of Easter eggs into my YouTube channel. Yay! On how to relieve your own self. I hope you guys can see that. Hope my arm's not in the way. Right. Let's do this. A little bit higher. A little bit more down. Okay. Now if you need more pressure, you take your other hand and you kind of like get it right up in there and then push and help guide it. Breathing. This is how you can thumb it. Breathing. And really go in circles a bit. Now when I say circles, you have to go in there like a whirlpool, like you're at the bottom of the whirlpool already swirling, not at the top of the whirlpool swirling. That's not the priority. The top of the skin is not the priority. We want to delve into the muscle and then go. We do not go until we have filled the worked to get into the muscle that we need to be in. And just head it off. Relaxing, breathing, and relax. This takes a lot of energy, takes a lot of muscle work on your own part. We must take breaks. Do not fret or get too anxious. Try to do this quickly. This takes time. When you do self-therapy, I expect an hour on this floor, on this mat, massaging yourself, going into stretches, doing something that basically help out a predicament. You got to focus in on that or you're not going to heal. Okay? And you have to find time. Everyone has time. You can do it in bed before you wake, do it in bed after you wake, do those cat stretches in there, heck yeah. Downward dogs and some, pigeons. Stretching is key to basically having yourself feel better the next day. Got restless leg, you better be stretching. Prop that leg on your bed. I'll be doing videos on those type of things in the future. See here. Now that our head has rested, breathing. Now let's get back into it. All right. What we're going to do now is work on the other side. Now I'll probably move the camera over there because you're not going to see it. There we go. And then for those who are just going to join us, here we say, there we go. I'm going to move my head over. So I'm going to do a nice balanced center turn and relax. Then after we relaxed and breathed, get our hands right in there and just start massaging with palm on palm. And what this does is it helps balance and stabilize the work that you need to do. Using both hands at the same time. And you must be breathing in 4 seconds, out 4 seconds. See, you can see what I'm doing here? I am following my capitis muscles. And I'm just basically just massaging them, just giving a nice good whirl. Now I want to go across my occipitals. You see I still have one hand here and one hand here. Stability and stability and pressure. And breathe and pressure and pressure and pressure and pressure. Breathe and pressure. You're using this hand to push in and guide, while this one is working out the tissues. Here we go. And we are putting pressure. Now I'm going to go this way, and then I'm going to take these fingertips and I'm going to push in with this hand, pushing in and pressure. Now I got right up in there. Readjust your head if you need to. Rotate your head with those pressures in there because that's going to help you a lot. I'm going to make an adjustment here. Hopefully that helps, that little angle. Sure. So here we have nice pressure. And what we're doing is we're doing a nice smooth movement. Breathe. Everyone forgets to breathe. Even I could forget to breathe if I don't tell myself to breathe. You notice I breathe, prefer new move. Every passing. Breath in. Breath out. And breath in and pressure in, fingertips in, and swirl. Release, 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 release. There we go. We're going to do some soothing stuff. We should have still some lotion on our fingertips. Let's just put them on both. Now that we got both sides where we needed to do it. Now, I don't want to spend forever going over everything because it's the same thing on everything. So just lay your face back, and now we're going to soothingly massage our muscles like this, grabbing in and dig. As much as you can handle, as much as you need, soothingly as possible while you breathe. If you can't breathe through your nose, through your mouth, and breathe out of your nose. Do not breathe into the muscles, only the lungs. If you are a muscle breather, you need to stop. It's wrong. Don't do it. Never do it. It's wrong. Only in the lungs. The lungs will naturally expand the rib cage. The lungs will naturally freaking give the oxygen to the muscles through every pump of the blood of your heart. You must breathe in through the gathering the oxygen from the pump of the heart, of the blood passing through the lungs, oxygenating them. Breathe out, pumping, pumping. Breathe out, pumping oxygen into the muscles that you need when you exercise, when you work, when you play, when you sport, when you lay down and relax and massage yourself every single moment of the day. Every day, every time. The more exerting, the more faster you go, the breath has to compete with it. Always competing with it, not adding to it. Or we're not going to basically we're just going to basically rephrase, we're going to turn into a walking ball of freaking pain because we're not oxygenating our blood. We're not oxygenating the muscles as we vigorously do the work. If we don't breathe, we are going to exhaust ourselves doing this, and you will learn the hard way if I don't give you the instruction. If you don't put in the breath. If you skip my videos because you forgot mostly what you do, but you think you know what you're doing, breathe and work it. Now we're going to go and just finger the crania, relaxing our head. We're just going to work it, scooting down. Nice and slow. And breathe. Now, if you see here, it is my elbows that are moving. It's like that is where the tracks are. I push the elbows that direction and my fingers go in that direction as I apply pressure with my arms and my arms. Not with my fingers. My fingers just stay stabilized and sturdy and grabby. Pressure and pressure and pressure. Now this here works out migraines, pressure and pressure and pressure and working pressure. Remember to guide your elbows, not your hands. Guiding your elbows, not your hands. Putting where you need to put the pressure in with your elbows, and your fingers just go with it. Release, relax, breathe. If you can last this long, that's great. If you tuckered out before then, relax and breathe. Pause the video if you ever get it in the future, after the lives, of course. You know, if you have to, just try to get some muscles going. There we go. Hydrate if you need to. Breathing, relaxing. We need to rest our arms. Let's go ahead and do those Qigong stretches. If you watched my Qigong day 1, day 2, day 3, day 6 class, day 4, day 6 classes on my YouTube channel, you will learn how to do so many other things. Watch those. It's a 6-day program until the 7th one will come up. The 7th one will be the last one of the Qigong day series. Good. Now we're about to ready to start. Now that we went ahead and worked onto those 4 muscles, we did some relaxing around here, close to the cervical, the spine, and the occipitals. Did some cranial pressuring here to lighten the head itself, and to also lighten the pressure in our oculars and our temples. Okay, we did not do any cranial. I'm going to do a full video on actual how to reduce migraines on that alone. That will take some time. All right, so this is the focus for the neck. All right, now there's so many things that we can also do, but I want to get into some stretchings right now, and we're going to do that on this floor, okay? Because our head is relaxed, and if we're sitting to doing the stretches, we are going to be tense doing it the whole time. So I'm going to show you how to do it on the floor. So, and I'm going to show it, let's see here, at an angle more. Oops. Ta-da. There we go. And that's why I have my little tripod up so I can move things easily on carpet. There we go. I hope that's a good angle for this. Thank you. I'll check comments later. I appreciate you guys coming in. Please share, subscribe, and all that. All right. Now we're going to do some stretches. And the first thing we need to do is breathe. Now, when we breathe, we start moving our arm out. You can see my arm. Great. Perfect. I'm going to have my hand go here. I'm going to have my hand come around. I do this all sitting as well. Okay. So I'm going to come over here real quick. Just keep your arm here. Now, I'm going to basically show you that your head has to be relaxed. The bottom is centered is right here. It has to be centered here. Your chin has to be centered. Eyes centered. Head is wobbly and bobbly. Nice and relaxed. I can control my relaxations very well. All right, so I'm going to come in here and I'm going to grab my fingertips right here and just place my palm. All right, now I'm going to use my elbow, make sure it's relaxed, all the arm piece. Breathe in and guide the elbow down. No tensing, no tensing, no tensing, no tensing. I'm not tensing my neck even though I'm moving my arm because those are whole different muscles. Learn to do that. Working one muscle and not the others. It's very complicated at first, but it gets easy once you try. Now I'm going to breathe in. Oops, I'm going to move my head back. You guys keep that nice little, movement. Fingertips right here. You get usually one finger's below the ear. Kind of like, what I'm saying? Kind of like that. One is behind the ear, below the ear. And the other four are pretty much above the templar area. This is where I always put my hand placement when I do all of my stretches for my head. All right, you know what I'm saying? Stretching, no matter what, this is how we must do it, where we place our hand for balance and stability reasons, okay? And keeping the head where it needs to be, the hand proper. Breathing, I'm going to make sure I'm centered. I'm going to go back to where I was by basically using my elbow to move my head, making sure my head was relaxed the whole time and my traps were relaxed the whole time. My scalenes, my scapulates, all that stuff relaxed at the whole time. This arm is relaxed. Breathing and stretch. Relaxing the whole body. Relax your feet and toes and breathe. But you can see how open my head is. I've been practicing. You need to get there too. I understand that I got a good neck. Okay, I'll say a good long neck. I think I got a long neck. And people have a mid-sized neck or a short neck. There are those. And it's all about what you can do. All right. And how far you can go and try to achieve that distance that you need while fully relaxed. Now we're going to go ahead and do a release. I would wait for me to let you know on how to guide a release. Don't release until I basically guide you through this, all right? Never go past the guide. Now I'm going to release by breathing in and letting go of the fingers easily. And then I'm going to basically take this hand and nice and easy move the head back using the elbow. Now that is how you do it, keeping the muscles relaxed the entire time. Now I'm going to move my table real quick. It's in my way. There we go. Bringing my hand out. Going to not hit that canvas. I'm not going to hit that, so that way you can keep the camera at that angle so you can see what happens over there. Releasing right here. I want only midway because sometimes you might have to readjust your palm and then go and relax more and breathe and go the rest of the way. Breathe, stretching it out. Making sure this elbow and arm is nice and good. Make sure this is nice and good. You are gripped in like you are suctioning in like an octopus grabbing their things. You're fingered in, with your fingers right here. Relaxing and try to stretch more if you can stretch more. Make sure, of course, forgot to mention, your spine should be straight. Don't let your spine bend. If you bent your spine, I'm going to relax. You stay where you are and relax and keep that stretch. I'm going to release. Keep your spine. Get what I'm saying? Do not bend that spine. Bend the neck. Relaxing and breathing into the stretch. If you feel like you need to release earlier, you must. Oh, I felt that kink right here. It went poof on me. I heard that. I don't know if you heard that. I heard that. I felt that too. It was like a little kink that came right out of underneath my occipital. You know what, right? Oh, wait, hold on. Releasing. Now you know how to release. Go back in the other direction. Release. Pushing your head, going back in the other direction. Release, pushing your head, going back in the other direction, and go back to center, nice and easy. Get your rhomboid back and spine, breathing and everything back to center as much as possible, but actually just do it. There we go. Good stretch. Now let's go to the next stretch. We're gonna go with a forward this time, and then we'll go and do the other ones. Breathe in, get your head and your hands need to slide. I want to make sure to let you know to slide underneath right here and make sure your middle fingers are on the occipitals, right into that groove. All right, that's for stability. If you look, that's where they are. Fingers touch. They don't slam into each other. They just, grazing. All right, so right there with your other fingers above it for stability. And stability. All right. Now we want to go. Now we got that in there. Usually I also have my finger right there. You have that knot right there. That tells you where your middle fingers can also go there. And your forefingers can also go underneath there. So you can also do that. If you feel that this is not good, this is good. All right. It's all about proper placement. Make sure it's where you need it to be. When you do this, you'll figure it out over plenty of these stretches. Breathe in. Relaxing the whole body, including your arms, and just keep your elbows there and your fingers are going to lock in. Now just raise your elbows, not your head. Raise your elbows. Raise your elbows. Push your elbows in that direction. That direction. Your chin should be going into your sternum. Your head should be relaxed. And the one thing you're using your elbows and your lats to do this maneuver. Your neck should be relaxed, Relaxed. Ooh, I heard another pump. Releasing by lowering it naturally with your elbows. Do not lower your head with your head. Okay, so you're going right and right while your head is doing nothing. All right, difficult process. Breathe. We're going to do this again. Breathe. Using your elbows and using your fingers to grip in to move your head up. Stretch. We know we can't last that long in this. Probably 2 to 3 breaths. And releasing, letting it down naturally and letting it go. And let your arms rest. Let them down. If you feel like your arms are exhausted and tired like mine, that's because I overworked my arms and tires. That means we need to work on our arms on another video. And we will. We will get to that. Be patient with me. Subscribe. All right. Now that we did that, we're going to go and move into our next. So we're going to take our finger to our nose and turn 40 degrees in that direction. And we're going to take our hand like we did. And we're going to grab it from underneath, lay our head on the fingers and palms. And we're going to see, I'm going to basically put my hand here in a moment, so just let you know that. Breathe in and go into that diagonal-like direction using your elbow going in that direction, okay? Breathe in and use your whole elbow to lift your head and stretch. Chin should be in the right pec, or pretty much close to the armpit, right pec area. Make your adjustments. Breathe. Stretch all of this. Releasing, but by releasing, you're lowering your arm down, not your head down. Now use your finger onto your nose, breathing. You should already know the breath. The reason why I say this is because if you just do this, you really don't know where you're at, but if you put your extra finger here, you can actually see a line down your whole finger giving you that knowledge that you really are 45 degrees. Okay? Take your hand, if you need to, put this one underneath it, lift a little bit to get right in there, get your hand where you need to be. Breathe. Remember, what have I done? I breathed first. Then I did a second breath and then moved. Breathe through your lungs, not your muscles. Last breath in. And let it down, 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 and center and make your adjustments. That is awesome. Now, can you get your head to go left and right without your hands? I can. But we want to get there as soon as possible. Now, we're going to get back into some more massages in just a moment. All right. So what we're going to do is that we're going to do some pressure, release and pressure and resistance. So we're going to put my palm right here. Our elbow is nice and flat. Put your palm right out there above the ear and push against yourself like you're pushing two palms together. You're pushing palm and head together and release. Breathe. Center your hands again. Bring your other hand out. Now, like I said, I do all this in my meditative sitting position, but this is great to have our whole spine aligned on the floor, on the back. You can also use a bolster if you want, but I preferably don't use bolsters because we must get used to not having bolsters. All right, make sure you've had that elbow go with that flooring. Put your palm against your head while your head is relaxed, your head is relaxed, your head is relaxed. Now resist. Breathing. Mine just went kinky, kinky, and kinky. So if yours did that, that's great. If it did, that's great too. Some people will get, you'll hear those kinks come out of your very own cervical muscle. You're basically getting your push, and you're just, when you push this is my palm, and this is the cranial. It's basically the same thing as what I'm doing with these fingers and my phalanges here. That's what we're doing in temp. Okay, it's the same thing. It's when we want the same type of phalange stretch that we do right here with our neck. All right, and you can do it daily. It will not cause any harm. I do it all the time myself. But what you have to do is the entire process that I am teaching you right now before you get to that point, until you get to that usefulness, until you get that knowledge that you have gained to where you're just walking around, you straighten up and you're breathing, you go, oh, that felt great, and walk off. Because you know what you're doing, you know your neck a lot more, you know the technique that basically will help you to do self-therapy, to help yourself to get better. And you're like, oh my gosh, I just ruined myself because I shoveled dirt and rock all day. Come to this video. If you don't, you're going to feel a lot worse. This video is going to help you a lot to recuperate after such a vigorous, hard-working day. On computer, on landscaping, on freaking whatever you are doing. That intensity will come out by what we have done. All right? I'm going to go ahead and, I want to show you one more thing. Let's go ahead and do that angle again. And we go 45 degrees. And we're going to bring our head back up to here. I'm going to bring my palm, put it right here in my cranial, and stretch. I'm going to release. I'm going to gang my head, put it over here, and do it here too. Same thing what I did was just put my head at the furthest distance and resist against each other. Just something simple, not too much, just enough for a nice, good resistance and release. All right? It's really great, very helpful to open all of that whole pathway. Really great. You can also go halfway here and release. Now, once we did that, we're going to get back into massaging after I get some fluid. Stay laying down unless you need fluid yourself. Go get some. Where did I put it? I took my glasses off. All right. Perfect. All right. Let's get back into some massages. Let's see. Do I need another angle with that? We're going to leave it at that angle. Perfect. Grab your product that you're using. Yeah. Get it nice and good, actually. And now what we're going to do is Swedish massage. Now that we did the pressure, the stretching, and now we're going to we're going to do some really good stuff. Breathe. I can't breathe through my nose, and that's why I'm using the breath into my mouth by gasping in and gasping out. Do not, and what I teach in all of my videos, to breathe like this. That's a no-no. All right? Because you do not ever get the proper breath going with that breath. Don't do it. In with the oxygen, out with the oxygen. Perfect. Just don't get a head high. Just soothe those muscles. And I thank you all for coming in and watching my video today. Now that we did a couple of wonderful, wonderful things today, and trying to do some self-heal. We're going to get into those occipital soothe massage. Use your elbows. Remember what I taught you. Use your fingers as guides. Use your elbow as guides. Breathe. Keep grabbing whatever product you need at any time. Don't wait on me. Never too much. Don't oversaturate. That's just unnecessary use. I'm going to lift my head so that way you can see. Keep your head relaxed. Do not have your legs crossed. If your legs are crossed, you're crossing your nerves. Never do that. Never in self-therapy. At this moment, I want you guys to do what you need to do, where you need to work into it. Give yourself a moment to give yourself some self-guidance. I'm going to do my work. You can continue watching me. I will always do around 5 to 10 moves before I move into the next thing. I will not just go all over the place. Make sure you are breathing. If you stopped breathing, that means you stopped self-therapy, partially. Breath is also part of the therapy. It prevents you from exerting yourself. Without that oxygen going in, you're going to exhaust yourself. Without that oxygen going in, your muscles will tire. Your muscles will exhaust. Your muscles will gain lactic acid. Your muscles will tense up, get knots. And when I'm teaching you with all this breath and all this breathing and all this movement
is to do this on a daily practice at work, a daily practice at home, a daily practice in the middle of a store. You know, if you need to do it, do it. You need to work self-therapy anywhere and everywhere. It's an obligation to do. It's your obligation. It's your necessity. It's your way to survive. You need to do it. Doesn't matter if anyone sees you do it. It's because your body means a lot to you, and it needs to be done right then, right there. Go for it. Unless it's going to look way weird. Wait till you definitely get home. You know, contortioning yourself into a pretzel just to get to the stretch in the middle of a freaking line. Nah, that is something you can wait till you go, just stop at the gym, grab a mat and do it there, you know. And that's what you should be doing. Everyone on the planet should have a gym membership. I hate it. No, because it's a place of solitude for yourself. There's a bunch of other people there, yes, but they're there in their own little bubble, their own world. They're ignoring you. You are ignoring them. You get to see what other people are doing, and you'd be like, oh, I want to try that. Or, that's not what this guy freaking Vernon taught me on his freaking thing. He's doing it wrong. I want to go talk to him. And get too busy. It's A-okay to say, hey, if you do this, you will feel better. And I want all that. And I learned it from this guy. I want you all to share knowledge on self-therapy, because we need to heal our bodies if we want to heal our inner selves, and our inner selves will reflect that to other selves, and those other selves will see those inner healings that you have done to yourself, those self-therapies that you have accomplished, and all of these people will freaking say, hey, these are working for you. This is great. I want to get into this inner healing self-therapy stuff too. So that way I can feel so good about myself, showing off my inner healing to the world. Because it's pleasant, and it keeps us calm. It keeps us in a state of bliss and a state of wonderment. Being in a good place with our bodies keeps our minds at the place where we want it to be. Our minds will be balanced when our bodies are feeling great. You know, and that's what we want. You know, and we must give and we must reciprocate. You know, if you can't do this on your own, we have partners. We want to learn to do things for ourselves. If you're those self-centered partners, this is a great way to basically loosen your asses up and, you know, do something for the other person. You know, rub into their occipitals the appropriate way. If it hurts them, don't do it. You know, get professional help. Say, hey, honey, I can't do it, you know, but I do know someone, you know, that teaches self-therapy. He can guide you to do this. And I will get you a gift certificate to this massage therapist down the street. Get them some work because they know what they're doing. And it does say, this right here, what I'm doing and what I am teaching you, what I'm guiding you to do is self-sufficient to a degree. It will not get it all, but it will help, and it will assist, and it will alleviate, and it will mitigate, and you got to do it a lot. But it's not going to but you're not going to be able to really get in there. But the most you do, the more you do, the more you give to yourself in self-therapy. Hey, I didn't tell you guys to stop. Keep rubbing. This should take an hour. I'm just kidding. You guys can leave at any time if you felt like you had enough movement. You can also do more of those stretches. You don't need to wait on me now that I had taught you. Go back, and if you just clicked into the video really late, this will be up in 48 hours on my YouTube channel. Please subscribe. So work into yourself, breathe into your, breathe that oxygen into yourself, and promote self-therapy to everyone around, because that toxic person, that mean person also probably needs therapy, and he's probably mean because his body's hurting, but he's so insensitive. His nerves don't work. They don't feel it, but their body is so freaking, and they say, I'm good. You're not. You're just harder to work through. So that's the point. You're hard to work through. And when you do all this self-therapy to yourself, and when you get to that massage therapist, that kinesiologist, that manual person to work things out that's licensed, they will not have trouble working through it. The first time, you just desensitized yourself, for one. Two, you worked it down a gradual bit. Three, it's going to make it easier for the job to work even further and more in depth and more intricate that they could have done it if you never did this. So it helps them, helps you, helping you, helping them. Your therapist. I feel so much better. But we're not done yet. We need to go back into your scalings and all that. We're going to soothe those out, and then we'll be done with the video. Like I said, today is all about soothing your muscles. May I drop some of it? I got this nice beard going, I know. Remember, breathe, turn your head from center to the direction that you're going to go. I went right. Who knows what you do? It's whatever you divide, Make sure, and then if you don't have a beard in the way, you can go all the way up and all the way down and go through all this stuff here, And I'm going to show you with the fingers before I put my other hand on it. Just doing soothing massages, breathing through it if you need to. Hold your hand. My arms get tired fast because I overworked them. And relax. Oh my gosh, leaving your hands in the air for a while does help, makes them exhausted. Especially when you start going faster and quicker to get the job done. So you got to breathe faster, breathe quicker. Hope you guys can see in that direction. I have put my camera in multiple angles, and hopefully that you'll be able to get all this. I can do it. I'm going to be doing another live, and that'll begin. We'll be doing that into a sitting position to do this at some point in the future. But watch this one and enjoy your moment. Make sure you have music going. You're probably got some OK Tory time. Probably some Charlotte Debray, whatever you got going on in the background, just that way you can focus in on it. And I do teach and guide that in my Qigong day classes on how to do this for an hour and a half straight. And you're like, what? You can do this for an hour and a half straight? Well, when you have a migraine, you don't want to stop until it's gone. And you're like, I'm migraine so much, I can't do this. Well, make sure you hire someone as soon as possible. Massage therapists must be able to work into all of this stuff and reduce your migraine from happening and reduce it forever, because massage therapy can alleviate migraines. And if you get it enough, they'll alleviate longer time, where you basically, if you had a migraine every single day and you finally saw a massage therapist to relieve it, and they relieved it really well within 20, 30 minutes. It really only takes 20, 30 minutes to relieve migraine. But you still got to spend another hour, half an hour to an hour, working in all the stress places. You have, even though you relieve the migraine away, you still got to work for that extra hour. So even if I relieve these muscles, I still need to work into them for a good bit of time to really get the effect of the relief to stay and to be relieved. Because I reduced it, but it's going to come back the next day because you stopped. Don't stop. give it the extra 30 minutes. So if it took 20 minutes to get out, do another 20 minutes to keep going and to keep relieving until you feel like you're like, okay, this is great. But get back to it that same day. If you had that migraine, if you don't have it, lay back down later on and do this again twice a day, 3 times a day. And you're going, I'm looking for my, oh. It's going to tell me it's behind me right there. Got distracted. Stay that way, right? Right. You know, I'm already feeling much better myself. On Sunday, on Saturday, I did a lot of cleanup at the building here. And then on Sunday, I literally tore the entire half of the front up. And it's like, and then dug to level this whole area so that when you put the wood chips, the tarp down and the wood chips down, it's nice and flush. Well, it was like this high above the cement, all that dirt and shit would just fly. So this much space was level, and it took like literally 8 wheelbarrows of dirt I dug, you know, and retard dug out of there and had to fill in holes, and it was literally a half a day. And my neck, I woke up it was the next day. I did not do my neck therapy that day, this stuff right here, that day on Sunday, and I felt like shit. I mean, oh my gosh, all of this, it hurt. Everything hurt, and it was really bad. So today's a good day. There's another reason why I wanted to do this self-therapy live is because I needed to do this. You know, and I'm going to show so many lives. You'll be like, yeah, he's living. He says he must need to do something. Exactly. Right. He's living on the web. Yeah, you'll find me getting on live for no reason. And he's like, oh, he's living. So subscribe. He's doing something that's going to be therapeutic. What is it? Oh, I'm not interested in it. Wait for the next one because I'm going to be doing so many different things. It's going to be helping all of humanity out. All right. I'm done. I'm satisfied. I'll do more probably before I go to bed and when I get up in the morning. So make sure you do this again right in bed. I mean, you can do this in bed. That's the whole point of laying down. I'm like, you know, being flat is better than being like in your, make sure you flip your mattress around so you're like in a new comfortable flat bed instead of in your little crater because that's not good for your back. But just get into this flatness, be on a mat if you have to, but and just work it. I feel in my calves, so I'm going to do a calf day and many other type of therapies, and I'm going to be showing you guys nice little trick of the trade, so nice little Easter eggs to help you recuperate and everything like that. Thank you for watching, and you guys have a great springtime and year this year. Make things positive and things going well for you. I hope you guys enjoy. We were able to get some tidbits of information about this and how to do the breathing, how to do the hand placement, how to work it out. I know my beard was in the way, but I'm not chopping this out. It's nice. You guys have pleasantness. Where is it? X.